starting off in a small city in Texas. My grandmother brought me into this world. And I got the nickname Lucky because there was some complications and I was lucky to be here. And then as I listened to all the other inductees talk about being lucky and about their hardships and what they went through, you know, my mirrored them. I had some great people that I watched when I was growing up. I started wrestling in the 11th grade. And I was fortunate enough to, in high school, after wrestling in the first year, I met a young man who was a graduate from the school named Sylvester Hodges. Still stand up, please. Oh, yeah. This man and I, after I graduated from high school, he was the one that introduced me to AAU wrestling. It was him and I going in our car with Maypop tires, driving to tournaments, sleeping in the car, wrestling and just to get to a wrestling tournament. And it wasn't about winning. We just wanted to get there. We just wanted to wrestle. It wasn't about winning. We didn't care about winning. We wanted to win, but the important part was getting there. And then it was funny because years later, I found out that Russ Camilleri, will you stand up, please?
All right.
Well, I started watching chess on TV. I picked up a book and taught myself how to play. And Russ and I used to play at wrestling tournaments. And we also played at San Francisco State when I was there. But Russ, I would be wrestling in a tournament and Russ would come up and say, hey, let me show you this. So he showed me different moves and stuff. And we grew to be real tight. Coach Abraham, will you please stand up, please? This is my college coach. And the first really coach that I had in college, the high school coach didn't, he was just a football coach and got all the tough kids out and they fought through it. But Coach Abraham was my first coach that taught me an awful lot. And, you know, it's just really nice being here in front of all you people tonight. And I want to thank you because the wrestling community is really a family. You know, you're out there and you can be wrestling somebody from Southern California trying to tear each other's head off. And then 2 minutes later, you're talking to each other in the locker room. You know, and you care about each other. I've had an awful lot of people care about me and help. Coming from Oakland with very little facilities and trying to get those young men and women to see what I experienced from going to tournaments. Russ Camilleri introduced Sylvester Hodges to wrestling on a national level in the Air Force. Well, Sylvester was the first black wrestler for the Air Force. Russ was the captain. He cut Sylvester orders. All they did was wrestle. And then years later, I met Russ, and we didn't even know that we knew Sylvester, that we both knew Phil, and we were sitting around talking. And we both newly met Sylvester. I really love the sport, and I love what it has given me, and that's why I try to give it back to some of the students in Oakland so that they can see what I've seen. Thank you.